Good morning, Jane.
Buenos dias.
I don't know why I say it like that. How was your weekend?
My weekend was weekending, parenting. What did we do? Flag football. We had some. No, I think flag football was the only thing this weekend because basketball got canceled. So yeah, so flag football this weekend.
Basketball got canceled. How'd that happen?
We were gonna have a practice, and then the practice got canceled. But we got a game tonight though.
Oh,
Flag
okay.
football, we're undefeated. Some of the non-melanated parents don't like the
The flag football
brashness.
too?
Yeah, they don't like the brashness of the coach, me.
Gosh.
And but hey, 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 play better. Like
Oh
I don't know
my
what to tell you.
gosh.
I don't know
Jeez
what to tell you.
Louise.
And my team, my kid, there's only two melanated children on my team, myself and one
Okay.
other kid. And
Oh,
then it's just I'm a better coach than the other coaches. Like it's
if you
just
may
flag
if you
football.
may say so yourself.
My undefeated record says so. And so
You're not like the Black AF, like when he coached his son's
I never watched
baseball and he
Black
was
AF
there.
because I didn't think there was AF enough. So
Oh no. You
I
don't know
definitely
you don't know what you are missing.
yeah.
No.
Yeah, I watched like
No.
the first 5 minutes of it, and I was like,
Of
a
No,
black AF,
it's
and I was
hell.
like, you know
I
what?
watched it 3 times.
It's not giving blackish, and
No, no,
I,
it's better than Blackish
it
because
was
he
supposed to
is
give me
ridiculous.
uncensored blackish. That's what I
It
was supposed to get.
was. Oh, no, then you
It
didn't
didn't
watch
feel, it didn't
you
feel like it
did
in the first
not
five
watch
minutes.
enough. Every episode is about slavery. It's like because of slavery.
Nah, we'll see. Maybe I'll jump back into it.
No, please do. Please do.
But
My favorite one is the report card episode where he's like, "In this envelope holds either an ass whooping or a pony."
that's funny.
No, it's
That's
funny.
funny. I think it was because your girl,
Oh, because who they
Quincy
cast
Jones'
his wife.
daughter.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm like, she never
Rashida.
claimed to be black before in her life, and now she's supposed to be black. I can't buy it. It doesn't. It
Well,
doesn't
she's
sell with me.
mixed because his wife is mixed.
Oh no, I don't doubt that she is mixed. She is,
And
what?
they make fun of her in the entire show about her being, yeah.
But she's never once in any previous
She
episode claimed to be
well,
in any previous aspect of her life claimed to be
she
black.
is an actress. She's
It don't
acting.
matter.
She's got range.
So is Joan. So is Joan, and she claimed to be black.
Okay.
Rainbow was blacking it up for years on Girlfriends, and you know,
I think it might depend on, and I'm not biracial, but who the black parent is.
right.
But except for in Halle Berry's instance.
Or
So,
Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey is the whitest black person I've ever met in my life, and she's mixed. But Mariah Carey looks like she's white. But Mariah Carey is widely accepted as black.
well,
Like
she and I actually I just watched YouTube last week when somebody asked her about being. She's like, I'm black,
exactly, Mariah Carey. Like
but yeah, I don't know.
we as a society would sooner accept Mariah Carey as being black than Rashida Jones as being black because it just don't make no sense. Rashida Jones has never thrown up her black card ever in her life, ever, except for when she jumped into black as fuck, and it's like, oh, now you black? Why? Because it's the wave. It's the coolness to be black now.
Okay.
You know.
Tell us how you really feel.
Tell me, I'm just
Um,
saying.
all right, so I didn't really do I went to dinner on Saturday and it wasn't necessarily a steakhouse, but they had steaks. They had so much steak that I was like, well, I either get steak, the chicken with the chimichurri, the sole, or the red snapper.
Those are
So
like
I
the
was
Brazilian spots.
no, oh no, I
Oh,
hate the meat place. I hate the
yeah.
meat place. I'll never go there ever again. Um,
Mm.
and so I got a petite fillet, which was tasty, but was room temperature. All of our steaks were room temperature. But you know what? I don't believe in sending my food back because
Hell no.
I'm just gonna, if it's edible, I'll eat it. If it's not edible, I won't eat it. You want something else? Nope.
Yeah,
And
we
my two
talked about this
friends,
before.
yeah, they sent their steaks back twice for temperature. The first time of course they microwaved them, right? They
Of
nuked
course
them.
they did.
So they came back medium well. And then they were like, "Oh," manager was like, "How are they?" And they're like, "They're medium well now. We want it medium." So then they did whole new steaks and came back. They were like hot plates. I'm like, "No, that's the way they should have came out the first place." If you're the person carrying the food to the table and you know it's a hot plate because they put it like at Ruth's Chris, where it's a 600-degree plate, and you know it's a hot plate. It wasn't Ruth Chris, by the way. I'm always happy there. Then, if you're not picking it up and it's a hot plate, you pick it up with your bare hands. Then hello, it's not
Probably.
hot.
Yeah, but then you
So,
don't want to be the waiter talking shit to the chefs because then
well,
you and the
no,
chefs
no,
got
the,
beef.
the person let it sit there. No, it came out. It came. it clearly was hot. It sat there waiting for somebody to pick it up.
Mm.
So, anyway, the guy was like, "What about you, ma'am?" I'm like, "It's cold. I was room
It.
temperature, but I will eat it." Like,
I'm good.
and so then I started saying, "I have a dream that one day I will go to a restaurant and everybody's food will come out hot and tasty. I have a dream that we won't have to call the waiter or the manager and have them send it back." So anyway, anywho, so that's that. Um, all right, what are our hot topics?
Hot topics today.
What you told me about the coup?
We got the coup going on in Niger, where the military has overthrown the government and has given the prime minister of finance 48 hours to be accountable for the missing millions of dollars in governmental funds. And there was a video out there. He's all crying on the video and stuff or whatever, because
The PM is crying.
yeah, the PM crying because he done spent that out. He done blew that off. He had a Rolex on his wrist in the middle of the video. Like, he done blew that money. Now he knows he's about to die in 48 hours. So,
They gave him 48 hours.
48 hours.
So
Yeah.
he has to liquidate. And
He
everybody
got to eat.
when
Hey,
he tries to sell that Rolex, they're like, "I'll give you $10."
hey, he better sell everything, shouted. Yo, we need to find out where this money at. He better hope he invested that, and he gotta like, here's some
Well,
investments.
hopefully you don't have to know, but when you go to sell stuff, you got to wait like 7 to 10 days. So,
before he clear the
oh
bank,
gosh,
bruh.
maybe he can get a receipt that shows that he sold some
Hopefully,
stock.
there
So,
we go.
this is not a laughing matter. It's not funny, but
It's
geez.
funny to me. He shouldn't have been
Oh
stealing money.
my gosh,
You
it's
shouldn't
so
have been. If only we held our government to such accountable. I think our things would be a lot smoother around these parts around
yeah. If
here.
if if punishment was death, like straight up death, like
I mean, shouldn't it be though?
quick.
You're responsible for taking care of the people, and you're stealing from the people.
You know how many
I don't
people will
think.
be dead in Atlanta
Hey,
alone? I never saw so
hey,
much corruption in politics before I moved to
hey.
Atlanta.
Maybe you got to go through a purge to get to the good stuff. You got to peel back the layers on the onions to get to
Mhm.
the good part. Sometimes you got to go through a purge, and so maybe a couple 100,000 people got to die for being shitty little
Lord,
politicians.
he doesn't mean that.
Move on.
He
I
Father,
do mean that.
Father
I
forgive him.
definitely
No, he
mean that.
doesn't. He
One
doesn't.
thousand percent. In other news,
It's hot
uh,
as hell.
it's hot as hell.
Did you see that weatherman who does like they get him to do songs in his
The white dude.
forecast? And he says he does hot. He did a hot in here. Like he does
Yeah,
all these different. Yeah, I thought
I've
that
seen
was
his appropriations
yeah.
on
I thought
online.
okay.
Yes, I
Uh-oh,
have.
there's Beanie. Yeah.
Yes, I
Anyway,
have. Let me see
82
what
degrees,
else.
Alaska. So yeah, it's not just hot, it's hot places. It was 100. My girlfriend was in Boston last Friday. Now I don't know if it was a heat index, but she said it was 100 degrees. I'm like, that's insane. A lot of places people do not have air conditioning, so they are hot
Yeah, I think they
beyond.
changed it though. It's like no longer being called global warming.
Oh, what's it called now?
I'm gonna tell you right now, it's being called. It's been upgraded. It's been upgraded to uh, what was it? It was some really drastic term. I know. When I find out, I'll let you know.
Okay.
But it was very, very cool. It was like,
So
oh wow, that sounds dramatic.
we have the coup. It's hot.
We have
Um,
Delta being sued for
okay.
serving too much alcohol to a passenger. Apparently, on a flight from Kennedy to Greece,
Hmm.
uh, passengers were sitting 3 to a row as normal. A man, a young girl, and her mom. The young girl was in the middle. Apparently, the man had hella drinks, over 10 vodka drinks, and he started saying inappropriate things to the mom and little girl. Apparently, there was some inappropriate touching and groping going on. The mom apparently kept asking the flight attendants to stop serving alcohol instead of just switching seats, or instead of asking somebody else to switch seats. She did not do any of those and continued to allow her daughter to be, traumatized until a passenger from another seat was like, "Hey, I'll switch with your daughter and get her out of that space or whatever." And yeah, so now she's suing Delta for
How much?
um, it doesn't say an undisclosed amount,
Okay.
millions, and to make up for the fact that she put her daughter through that shit
I was
or
on a
whatnot.
flight once from first class from Pittsburgh to LA. The dude
Mm-hmm.
sitting next to me drank a case of beer.
Oh, was he attractive?
He's just a guy. I mean,
Just the guy. Nothing spectacular
he
about
didn't
the
say
guy.
anything to me. He just drank. I was like, "Who did this to you?" I mean, he one Heineken after the next, and I don't drink on flights because I need to keep my wits about myself in case of
Facts.
emergency landing. Because I take my like when I'm in the exit row, I take it seriously. I look at the card. I'm like, okay, so I reach in.
I know people who get lit before they get on the plane. I'm talking about Papa
Yeah, that.
Xanax, and then they get a drink before they get on the flight, and then they're
Oh
drinking
my
on the
gosh,
flight.
so they want to be like Billie Holiday.
They want to be done
Yeah.
when they get on the plane or whatever. I myself like to partake in a nice little edible, you know,
Oh yeah,
before the
you gave me.
flight.
Remember we came back from San Francisco? You gave me edible.
Yeah.
I was past, and I was in the center seat. I was like, my arm kept falling over to you, to the other person on the other side. I was like,
Oh,
I'd wake up like, oh my god,
God bless the edible. I'm trying to tell you. But yeah,
that's so funny. Oh,
that's the hot things in the news
okay,
right now.
so so we're gonna do because we've read that the ideal podcast length is between 30 to 40 minutes. So we'll see how this works. Because last week we got it down to 1 hour and 1 minute.
Hmm.
And I've seen lots of downloads. So just across the board. So I don't I'd love to see some feedback and hear what people really think. But to get onto our main topic. Oh, before we do that, Shane, you didn't I forgot to ask who we are. Who are we? Who
Oh
are we?
man, we are
Who
two
are we?
seasoned corporate veterans who are here to pass along the wisdom received from lessons learned in hopes that you don't make the same mistakes. But if you do, you can at least laugh while you're going through it.
Okay, that's who we
That's
are.
what we're here to do.
So in our main topic, it's kind of a hodgepodge. So I'm hearing and in the streets that ever since the ruling on affirmative action in colleges, that corporations are eliminating DE&I roles. Have you heard that,
Mm,
Shane?
yeah, I mean, but we kind of knew this was going to happen. Uh, we saw the
Did
writing
we
on the wall.
did we
I
know
think
that
we
was going to
did.
happen?
I think we did. I think every black person 3 years ago, when every corporate entity was being so pro black, we all were like, how long is this really gonna last? Are they real? Because there was a lot of talk about all these DI committees and all of these DI changes and diversity in leadership and all these things, and everybody was putting all these people in place in these DI leadership roles, and there were people who really shouldn't have been in place. There were persons of non-melanated complexion being given positions of directors of DEI, VP of DEI, and we're like, really, does that make any sense? It doesn't make any sense. How long is this really going to last? And so, after the Supreme Court ruling, we start seeing these jobs getting laid off
So
in
you
tech.
think, and I'm just playing devil's advocate, that you have to be um
Yes, I do.
okay.
You
All right.
cannot. You cannot be, in my humble opinion, and who am I? I'm just a 15-year veteran of this, HR talent acquisition world.
Right.
But it is difficult for,
You think you have to be diverse, but you could
yeah,
but white
it's
females are
no,
included in that
no.
too.
You
Okay.
cannot scapegoat the diversity uh, loophole by putting a white female into place.
Okay, I'm
Hey,
just asking.
it's great. I understand that technically you fall in the diversity thing, but in this world of corporate struggle,
Mhm.
white females don't quite understand the
They're
struggle of a
winning.
black female or a black man or an Asian man
Right.
or a Mexican man or a Mexican woman. Like there's a different level of corporate struggle that exists for true ethnic minorities or someone with a disability.
Mhm.
Like so it's difficult to put a non melanated individual in that place, right? I can
Mhm.
sooner see a black woman or a Hispanic woman understanding the struggles of all the melanated individuals and the persons with disabilities
Mhm.
than a woman or a man who is white, because your life is a lot easier, whether you want to admit it or not, than everybody else who's in the struggle. And so, no, when corporations were putting these non-melanated men and women into diversity leadership roles, they were basically signaling to everyone else that they don't take this shit seriously, um, because you literally are opening up a role to lead diversity,
Mhm.
and you put somebody non-melanated in that role. Like, of all the roles you have in your corporate leadership structure you can put somebody melanated into,
Right.
this is the one. This is the one, and we'll all accept that this is the one, and you still chose not to, right? So,
So, do you think that, because I know it's happening a lot in tech companies, but tech companies have been having a lot of layoffs, period. So do you think it's a coincidence?
No, I think it's a
Calculated.
beautiful. Yeah, I think it's a beautiful synergy of thought processes where like, oh, we want to get rid of these folks anyway. We need to cut back on budget. No, you know how it goes. Sometimes
Yeah.
in the corporate America, last come, first go. So these are
Mhm.
usually the last, most recently created leadership positions.
Okay.
And in reality, do we really need this position? Can't we just get somebody from HR to take on these roles? I'm sure it's how the discussion's going.
Oh,
In fact, I
please.
know that that's how the discussion is
Yeah.
going.
Yeah, even
And
that's yeah. Can a recruiter do it or yeah,
exactly,
I'm
can
hearing
talent
that
acquisition
right
do this?
I'm hearing that right now, but
Yeah.
it's because
So
they're not super busy, but it's like the work that I'm doing, well, can't the
isn't
tap
this
do it?
really needed? Yeah, isn't
Yeah.
this can't somebody else do? Do we really need to have a whole
Mhm.
diversity business unit?
Well,
Let's merge this.
they're not saying that, but and the business sees the value. They're like, "Let's pay her to the end of the year." So it's TA, the TA leader who's saying,
But we're also seeing these diversity leadership roles get eliminated in biotech and pharma as well. It's not just
yeah, that's
IT.
you're seeing it there too?
Mm-hmm.
Or you're hearing it?
Now, my timeline, I can see lots of persons who were in like diversity based roles
Oh, okay.
are now looking for work.
What a difference 3 years makes, huh?
Well, ain't nobody out in these streets anymore, so
Yeah.
folks ain't protesting. No corporation wants to face possible backlash from protests, so they kind of like, let it slide.
Yeah, because 'cause that's been
Well,
some of it too, at least in F like, in Florida, it's as a backlash. So,
God bless
now,
Florida.
I talked to we talked to our recruiter friend Jason last week. He didn't wanna be on camera, and he's from Colombia. He's like, "Man, the DE&I, it's always black people." I'm like, "No, it isn't, Jason. It's not." I was like, "We look for everybody." It's
Everyone,
I was like, "No." I said, "You just see that you're just saying that because 'cause you're Colombian."
which makes
And he
sense. We
started
should all
laughing.
ride for our own. We
Right,
should
yeah,
all ride
absolutely.
for our own.
And he said, "'Cause technically, we're the highest, we've like, they've outnumbered black people." You have.
Facts. Show enough. Show enough. And they should
And
be
I
treated with some
wouldn't say they're
respect.
the
I
yeah.
think Florida has learned that now. They made all those laws regarding immigrants and whatnot. And then their housing market has come to almost a screeching halt because now there ain't nobody down there finishing these houses and subdivisions that are being built. And they're feeling the funk. And all those
Oh my gosh.
non-melanated, non-Hispanic persons who were claiming that black folks and Hispanics were taking their jobs and all this stuff. They ain't out there building these houses.
Mhm.
They ain't out there. They're not out there, in the agricultural field. They're not out there doing none of that stuff
Right.
or whatever.
No, no, people
You
think
know.
they think that stuff's beneath them, but they want it.
They don't want
Yeah.
nobody else to have
They
it.
don't right.
They don't want nobody else to have it though. But
Yeah. So
such is as life goes.
alright, so some popular threads. So we were
Yeah.
looking
So
at
today we're gonna look at some popular threads that's going on and try to I'll let Trish give her opinion on a couple of these that are going on, and then we'll go through some. So one that I've seen that's been real popular is Gen Z coworkers and their out of office threads. Here are some of the out of office threads for Gen Z coworkers. Bad news is that I'm out of the office. Good news is that I'm out of the office.
I've seen
Signed,
those.
Dan Shua. That's bold. Do not
Those are
contact do
hilarious.
not contact me while I'm on leave, or I will report you to HR.
That one is you're like, "Why are you emailing me? Don't make me report you."
Come on now. This is I think Gen Z is starting to pull in that European idea of vacation where we actually
Mhm.
really
Like you act
vacation.
yeah.
Yeah, you're not going to still email me. Not, I can say I've been there. I'm on vacation in
Like,
Jamaica,
"Why are you
taking a
emailing
video
me?"
call with my manager.
Oh, we've all been there. We've
We've
all
all been
been
there.
there.
This person put error 404 employee not found as
That
their
one was hilarious.
hilarious hilarity. I'm trying to tell you. I like this one. Please enjoy your break from me. There you go. So we got another good one here. If you need me, too bad. That's bold.
Oh my gosh. If you need me too bad.
If you need me, too bad. Then this other one says, I am. What is it? I am on vacation, hoping to win the lottery and never return.
Oh my gosh, these kids. These
Yo,
kids.
they don't care, and that's
No.
beautiful. Like that is these they're like, look, I think they understand that corporations don't care about us as
Mhm.
a employee, and
Yep.
so they treat it like relationships. It's like, look, we're here for a transactional relationship. I'm not here to be
Yep.
your friend. I'm not here to make you feel good. I'm not here to be the life of the party. I don't want to be
Right.
friends with you. And that goes into another popular thread that's out here where you know someone's talking about how there's always that person who's on their way to distract their coworkers from doing their work when they come into the office, right?
Mhm.
Everyone knows that one person, the little social butterfly of the office is coming around everyone's desk, asking all the questions about
That
your
might be
weekend and
me.
such.
That might be
You know,
me.
we don't want we
I
don't
think
want to
that
talk
was
to you.
me.
We don't want to talk to you.
Aw.
We
I
don't.
think that
I
was
don't.
me.
I don't want to hear about your weekend. I don't care what your kids did. I definitely don't want to see the motherfucking baby pictures. I don't
Oh
give a
my gosh.
fuck about
No,
your
he
baby
doesn't he
pictures.
doesn't mean that. He
I
doesn't mean that.
do. I have 4 kids. I've seen babies. I'm good. It don't matter. Your baby pictures mean nothing to me.
Oh
In
my
fact, sorry to
gosh.
tell y'all, most of y'all babies are ugly.
That's
It's
not
true.
true.
Most of your yes, it is true.
His
Most of your
babies are
babies are
beautiful.
squishy. They're squishy face. Their coloring is off. Their heads is ill shaped. They got
Oh
patches of
my
hair all over the place.
gosh.
Sometimes they got little lazy eyes all over the. No, your babies are ugly, and I don't want to see your kid.
Oh my gosh.
Like
That's like
really,
Emily Blunt. It sounded like from the accent she did, impersonating her labor and delivery nurse. That person was black. Her name was
yeah,
Mabel. And she said, she was saying her daughter was beautiful. She's like, "She's beautiful." And Emily Blunt says, "I bet you said that to say that about all the babies." She says, "No, I don't. Sometimes I say, you had a baby."
exactly. Mm.
But a friend of mine would say when he saw ugly baby, "Oh, they're so alert."
I say precious. I'm like, oh, so precious. You mean your
I
child
don't even
ugly?
now that I have a dog, all I see is dogs. I don't see babies.
Yeah, I don't
Um,
care about your dogs either. I
my
don't want to see
neighbor
your
walked
dogs.
by my house with a stroller and her dog. I was talking to the dog and I said, "Oh, sorry, there's a baby too." Like, no, no, Shane. We love dogs.
Nah, okay, okay. You
You
can you
don't care
can
about dogs.
listen, man. I care about my kids, my
Okay.
wife, and my friends. Anything else is extracurricular caring,
Okay.
and I don't got the patience for the extracurricular caring
Shane will
and
tell you
whatnot.
guys that I really messed up our Facebook page because I like too many dogs, and now that's
My
all
God,
that's on
threw off the
there.
algorithm. So threw off, completely destroyed,
All dogs.
completely
And
destroyed the
so
algorithm.
this weekend I've been working to delete some of the stuff, but still I like it and I delete it. Like it, delete it. Like it, delete it. I'm like, I can't go past that face and not give a comment. How I don't
Exactly.
know how I did that.
You just kept liking dog pictures.
I like dogs. Yes, I love that's an understatement. I love dogs. And I don't know how I love other people's dogs. I don't know how. So anyway. All right, what are some other threads? Oh, what's the one
Oh,
thread about the person who got promoted?
oh yeah. So that's one. We'll come to that one next. But here's one: when you're already busy at work and work keeps coming at you, and it's just basically a man just keep getting hit by dodgeballs over and over again. That's how. And I think that goes into what we're seeing right now, where people are getting laid off, in different industries, but
Mhm.
the responsibilities of the person getting laid off is not going away. It's
Right.
just being transferred to somebody else.
Mhm.
And there somebody else has to take on more responsibilities, and typically they're not being paid more, they're just being asked to do more.
Right.
And that's how it's the American way.
Mhm.
Get your workers to do as much work as possible for as little as possible,
Yes.
and keep it going. Let me see what we have. Another good one where yeah, meeting and everyone joined me congratulating Eric on his promotion to director of whatever. After 3 long months of chatting about golf and sports with all the male management team, we feel he is an asset to the company and look forward to his future contributions. Is that not how it is?
Hey, I saw that last week and I wanted to write, "Don't hate the player, hate the game."
You know,
Okay?
Eric understands. Eric was been
Yeah,
trained when his dad
right.
from a young age that it is
Hey,
not what you do, it's who you do it with and when you're doing it. Right?
not necessarily. Eric may have the know-how too, but my parents told me you get more flies with honey than you do with vinegar, and
Facts.
I butter everybody up.
But there's a difference between buttering folks up and actually being a part of the boys club, going out and playing golf on the weekends, going out for drinks after work, going like actually really playing the game.
Well, I think that I guess it depends on the type of business because in technology, that's why they have all these things like the pool tables, the snacks, the food, the dry
Right.
cleaning, because they want you to stay there to not leave. And so like when me working at a .com company or late 90s, early 2000s, we all did everything together. We were always those they were I mean, my boss, we were all friends. Everybody was friends. So, yeah, I think it just really, really depends because some people like these younger generations, these Gen X, what are they? Not Gen Zs,
And
but
Gen Zs.
they're still kind of young. They're just graduating from
Right.
they're just starting to graduate from college and to work. But the millennials, I think if you're in technology, you're always together with your colleagues anyway.
Yeah.
But my kids golf, or at least they did. Jackson used to compete, and I just always thought it was a skill set or a sport that would serve them well in life. Somebody wants to take you a lot of stuff. Business deals happen on the golf course.
Exactly. You know the game, and that's all the
Yeah,
game is.
right.
You got to be
So,
able to go out on the golf course and play the
a-
game,
and
and that's what
literally,
sort of our boy Eric did.
you can. They're over at the small golf. There's one that's like only 9 holes, little golf club, not far from our house. There was a guy, a pro, who gave lessons for free on Saturday mornings, free,
Hmm.
free, free, free. And
I do
when my
that.
kids were younger, they did it. They went
I
over,
gotta
they
let my
play.
son do that. That's on his manifestation board this year to
Yeah,
learn how to play golf.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I got to make sure he gets that done this year because it's true, right? Eric may not be the most competent person for the job, but he has it. And every
Mhm.
corporate America loves a person with it. We don't know what it is, but it usually is what is believed you have after hanging out with leadership for extended periods of time.
Mhm.
They believe you have it then.
Yep.
And
Yep, yep,
so
yep.
if you want to have it, you need to
You
go
wanna
hang out.
be like Eric. Yeah.
Be like Eric. Don't hate Eric. Don't get
Don't
mad at
don't
Eric. Be mad at yourself because you chose not to go golfing. You wanted to go hang out with your family and be a family man. Eric chose to leave his family at home on Saturday morning. He
right.
chose to go golfing with the boss, and now he got promotion, and
Right.
now he has the job, so he can go hang out
Yep.
with the boss even more and neglect his family even more. So big
Well,
up
you
to
know
Eric.
what though? Like my mom was a golf widow. That's what they call them, like when their husbands just golf constantly. And I think I was close to being one. My husband golfs during the week. But I'll say, "Oh,
Smart.
would you like?" But I know because I can see what he has on. You know what I mean? Oh, did you go golfing today? No, liar, liar. But I
You're
don't
like,
care.
I can see the sod in your
Right.
cleats.
But I told him that once we're out empty nesters, that I'm gonna do everything he does. I'm gonna ride bikes, I'm gonna
Mm-mm.
golf, I'm gonna do all this stuff. He's like, "Why?" I said, "So we could be together." But really, I don't care. I don't I don't care. There's part of me though that would like when I used to go out with Jackson, I was like, "Oh, maybe I should learn how to do this." I can watch it at least, but
Right. And golfing is such a like you can just sit in the cart, drink your little margaritas, drink your little drink. I mean, when I went golfing where we were golfing, smoking weed, drinking beer, it was like a whole thing. It was the whole shebang,
jeez.
just
People coming up on the 3rd hole like, you smoke weed?" Like, "Oh my gosh.
absolutely lit. Yeah. Coming up like,
Oh
hey, can
my
I get a
god."
and I was the only one of my hue in the whole group.
Oh, okay.
I was the
So
only one.
you were their dealer.
Hey, listen, I was the only one that was there. I was the diversity in the group.
That is
And
so
when
funny.
I tell you, yeah, mm, how it is. But yeah, so that's corporate America though. Like, and there's a lot of people who get promoted because they do a great job and they're an asset to the company. But there are many people who get promoted because they network and politic their way to the
Yes.
top.
But I think that having the know-how and knowing how to schmooze and
That's a skill on its own.
it's yeah.
You want to know how to work a room? Y'all go follow Miss Moncure whenever she goes to a new place
Oh,
in person.
please.
No one can
No.
work a room like Trish. I'm trying to
Liar,
tell you. I've
liar,
watched this.
liar.
I watched this
Liar.
master class work a room.
No.
She can work a room. I'm trying to tell you.
But now
Watch
I
her.
feel like I don't care. I mean, I love people though. I do. I
She will
genuinely
migrate
love
through a
people.
room. Every little group she stops by is
Listen.
laughing and giggling. She just
I do like
laughs,
to make people laugh
get
though.
laughs, giggles, then move on to next. Laugh, giggles, move on to next. Laugh, giggles, move on. She'll circular. Yeah, buddy. Master class.
Whatever.
Me, I'm
Whatever.
over there chilling in the corner.
No, no, you're not.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
No,
I'm not
you're
really
not.
talking to nobody.
You know,
Folks will come over and
liar,
say hi. I'm not that,
liar.
I'm just really not that
Such a
personable.
liar.
I'm not that
Such
person.
a liar. Such a liar.
I want to be like Trish when I grow up.
Oh,
That's all I'm saying.
please. I want to be a lotto winner when I grow up.
I want to be like
How come I
Trish.
haven't won the lottery yet?
I
Huh?
did. I had one lottery. I just didn't tell y'all.
You did? Would you tell me?
Of course, we already have an agreement.
Oh,
You,
we do.
I wouldn't even tell you because I just show up at your house and just
And
knock on the door,
what is our
and
agreement again? Is it
I'd
a
have the
million
five.
dollars?
No, it was five. Oh, you trying to short me? It was five. We said we
Five
give each
million,
other
but it depends
five
on how
mil.
much we win. If it's like what? If it's 13 million, am I still giving you five?
No. All right, we'll say just 1% of. No, I'd be like 1%. 5 million. Anything over $50 million, and anything
Okay.
under $50 million, then it'll be like just 1 million.
Okay. Okay. Because I asked my friends the other week, I was like, when I win this lottery tonight, how much do y'all want? They all said a million. I'm like, okay, bet.
Yeah, no,
I
need
knew we
five.
had an agreement. So,
Yeah, I need five. I
because
can
at
flip.
first I was like, oh, I'll pay off mortgages. And one girlfriend's like, I know her mortgage is like 1.6 million. And I was like, and she's like, I want a million on top of that. I'm like, okay. All right.
Like, you pay my mortgage and run me the
And give
cash.
me a million.
I need it in
Yeah.
cash too
I'm
because I
like,
don't want to be in tax. I don't want to be in
you
tax. I
bet.
need to be able to keep it under the table.
Hey, but yeah, I got to show, hey, I'm giving out 1099s at the end of the year. Like,
You you know what? I was thinking that's why you have to form like a charity and put it into the
hmm
charity, move your money to the charity, so that way you can account for all your money, boom, move it into charity, and have the charity give out charitable donations
yep.
to your friends. That way, it looks like a charitable gift. But when you fall back, so
Yeah.
I'm just
All
saying.
right. So we read that the most successful podcasts are between 30 and 40 minutes. So we have hit our
Mark.
time. Yeah, we hit our
So
mark.
we're gonna drop it off right here, guys.
Yeah. So where can everybody find us?
Man, you can find us on the Twitter. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on IG. You can find us on all
Oh,
your
it's
streaming
it's
platforms.
it's X now, remember?
Oh yeah,
The,
X.
the
Find us on
formless.
X.
Yeah, that one.
Exactly. Dude, it was so weird. I keep scrolling through my phone trying to find Twitter, and I keep my mind hasn't adjusted that it's a big X on my
Oh.
phone now, and so I'm like, what is this fucking
What is this
X?
X?
Yeah.
This is the videos?
Anyway, so you can find us on X. You can find us on any streaming
Facebook.
platform,
Yeah.
Facebook. You can find us on Spotify. You can find us on StreamYard.
Anywhere you can find podcasts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go.
and like I said, remember you can ask Alexa or Google or
Yo,
Siri.
and
Yep,
they gonna know who we are, yo.
yep,
We come up. The AI knows who we are now.
yep.
So
Right.
we in the mix. We understand. So
Alrighty then, my friend. Well, thanks everybody.
appreciate y'all.
Okay, bye.